Today I'll be spending the next 10 hours grinding sea events in Blox Fruits so I can max out the Shipwright subclass and get the best abilities in the game. Shipwright is the first subclass in the game. It specializes in repairing ship health and makes sure your ship doesn't get destroyed against sea events. To level up your Shipwright subclass, you'll need to do lots of sea events to gain valor and fragments, which you can get by a various amount of ways, like raids. At the start of the 10 hours I only had one goal: completely max out the Shipwright subclass. In total I'll need 15,100 fragments, 12,800 valor, and Shipwright level 25 to get every ability mastered. To get levels as a Shipwright, you'll need to repair ships using planks, which are obtained through destroying trees. You can only hold a total of 99 planks, so you can't max out Shipwright in one go. So in hour 1 all I did was see events and repair my ship when needed, and in hour 2 I basically did the same thing. Mastering Shipwright is really just a matter of time, and the only real trouble you'll run into is fighting terror sharks, which aren't too difficult to kill, but just take a long time if you are solo. The materials I'm getting from these sea events will also go towards me getting some of the best stuff in the game, like the Beast Hunter ship, Sanguine fighting style, and Shark Anchor weapon. In hour 3 I took a break from grinding Shipwright and went hunting for the Leviathan. The Leviathan is the hardest boss in the game, not necessarily because it's hard to beat, but because it's so hard to gather the requirements to find the Leviathan. You'll need at least 5 people. Someone who bribes a spy to increase the chances of finding the Leviathan dimension in the sea, and someone with the Beast Hunter ship to get the Leviathan heart. You don't really need the heart, but it's needed for crafting mythic scrolls and getting the Sanguine fighting style, and it's kind of a waste to not get the heart after spending hours finding and killing the Leviathan. But unfortunately for us, after searching for the Leviathan for a while, the group I was with decided to restart and search again, which caused a majority of us to get impatient, and we didn't have enough people required to search for the Leviathan anymore. So I just went back to grinding Shipwright. But unknown to me at the time, during our hunt for the Leviathan, we actually ran into a terror shark that had used the monster magnet I had in my inventory, and after killing the terror shark, I got the Shark Anchor weapon, which is one of the best weapons for grinding sea events. During hour 4 I finally finished up the last tier of Shipwright, and since I had a Shark Anchor now, I decided to spend the rest of the hour leveling up the weapon so I can use all of its moves later. The Shark Anchor's first move has a huge area of effect and pulls an enemies caught in its range, dealing lots of damage. And the second move breaks observation haki and deals more damage towards large enemies like sea beasts, Buddha users, Leviathans, and terror sharks, making the weapon perfect for sea events. In hour 5 I made the decision to buy a private server to make it easier to fight the Leviathan. This is because it's almost impossible to find people for Leviathan hunts in a public server, so most people go into Blox Fruits Discord server to recruit people. The only problem is most of the time you have to join people through private server links, which have a chance of being masked as malicious links, and if you aren't careful, your account could get stolen. So to make sure that never happens to me, I just bought my own private server so I don't have to worry about clicking on the wrong link. And luckily for me, I managed to gather enough people for a Leviathan hunt, and this time, we actually found the Leviathan's dimension and defeated the boss. But unluckily for us, 2 of the people we were hunting with got mad that they didn't get into the boss fight with us, and decided to grief us while we were trying to bring the Leviathan heart back to the Tiki outpost. So even though we beat the Leviathan, we unfortunately didn't get the heart. So the Sanguine fighting style will have to wait for now, and since I only got 16 Leviathan scales from the boss, the Beast Hunter ship, which needs 20 Leviathan scales, will also have to wait. Hour 6 was a complete mess. I tried to do another Leviathan hunt, but it got chaotic extremely fast and too many people joined. It was a struggle finding someone to bribe, since at the time I still didn't know how the spy cooldown worked, and we were just getting really unlucky with sea events, and didn't find the Leviathan after searching for a while. So just like my first Leviathan hunt, people got impatient and left to the point where we didn't have enough people to search again. and everything went to waste. In hour 7 I tried doing another Leviathan hunt. This time was much smoother with way less people. But we still ran into a lot of problems. We got some unlucky sea event spawns, and our boat got destroyed a few times. But miraculously no one quit the game after an hour of not finding the Leviathan. And on hour 8 we had one last search. And this time we actually found the Leviathan dimension. So we killed the Leviathan and took the heart back to the Tiki outpost successfully. Meaning I not only have enough scales for a beast hunter ship of my own, but I can also finally get the Sanguine fighting style. I spent most of hour 9 getting materials for the Sanguine fighting style, until after a while of grinding, I finally had all of the materials to get it. I then spent the rest of hour 9 leveling up the mastery, and finally in hour 10 I finished up mastering the Sanguine fighting style. The fighting style is very unique as it has custom M1s that are extremely fast and have increased range. The first move has a lifesteal ability, the second move is a simple ranged attack, and the third move has auto aim and does lots of damage. All of the moves deal damage to sea beasts, so it'll be useful for any future sea event grinding. And at the end of hour 10, I attempted to find the Kitsune Shrine as it was a full moon. But by the time I made it to Sea Danger level 6, the full moon ended, and it was nearing the end of the 10 hours. So in the end, in 10 hours I mastered the Shipwright subclass, killed the Leviathan twice, got the Beast Hunter ship, obtained and mastered the Sanguine fighting style, and unlocked and mastered the Shark Anchor. If there is one thing that was made clear after the grind, it was that Leviathan hunting needs a severe overhaul. There is no reason for needing 5 players to just start searching for the Leviathan. I think a much better way for Leviathan hunting would be to have a system where you can find players interested in what you want to do and allow you to join their game from there, instead of having to go into a Discord server and risk getting your account stolen. This would also make it easier to find people for things like raids and sea beast hunting. Or the developers can just lower the amount of players needed to hunt Leviathans to around 3. That way all you really need to do is gather a few friends to start a Leviathan hunt, instead of having to gather a whole squad of people just for one of them to disconnect or grief you because they died or got left behind. Anyway, that's it for this video. Blox Fruits is a bit different from what I usually post, because the games I've been creating content around aren't receiving updates anymore. So let me know what content you guys want to see next. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.